Today, my speech will be about karate, and I will be presenting it to Jimmy and Regina Merriman, Militia Simmons, Ella Simmons, John Kelly Simmons, and Brian Simmons. Karate is a Japanese martial arts that teaches self-defense using punching, kicking, knee strikes, elbow strikes, and open-handed strikes. Also, while karate teaches strikes, it also teaches blocks that include low blocks, middle blocks, and high blocks. Karate also teaches katas, which consist of different techniques. A few katas that I had to learn are first basic kata, second basic kata, Pinan Nidan, Pinan Shodan, Pinan Sandan, Pinan Yandan, Nahanchi, Kushanku, and the Emoto katas. Also, part of karate is sparring, which teaches us of how to think fast in a difficult situation and also control ourselves. I took 2 styles of karate for about 8 years. The styles of karate were Shorin-ryu and Wado-ryu. Shorin-ryu was the first type of karate that I trained in. This training taught me self-control, discipline, and endurance. While Wado-ryu also taught me a lot of the same things, it was very clear in this type of training that there must be no wasted movement. The first point I will be talking about today is discipline. The definition for discipline is the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior. In karate, I learned discipline by a student creed and by rules that made the students to show respect and say, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, or no ma'am. If any student just answered with just saying yes or no on a regular basis, that student would have to do multiple push-ups. The second point I will be talking to you about today is self-control. The definition for self-control is the ability to control oneself, in particular one's emotion and desires, or the expression of them in one's behavior, especially in difficult situations. How I learned self-control through karate is by how to control my body when throwing strikes and controlling my emotions when my training was difficult and exhausting. I learned to control my strikes by controlling my breathing, being clear-minded, and staying calm. The third and final point I will be talking to you about today is endurance. The definition of endurance is the fact or power of enduring an unpleasant or difficult process or situation without giving way. How I learned endurance while taking karate is by pushing myself, looking toward the finish, and think positively. Also, another example of endurance is when I took my endurance exam, which was part of a 3-part black belt exam. The endurance exam was very challenging. It lasted from 8 o'clock a.m. to 10 o'clock a.m., where I was getting pushed to my limits. During the exam, they kept increasing the temperature and making us punch, kick, and run our cars harder and faster. And also, they made us have deeper stances. I wanted to stop so bad and take a breather, but I endured through it. Using discipline, self-control, and endurance, I was able to get through many belt exams, tests, and 2 black belt exams. All in all, these 3 things have helped me in many ways, even though I am not taking karate anymore. Thank y'all, and hope y'all have a good rest of y'all's day.